Hello everyone, it is Wednesday the 3rd of December and I am going to go through my November reviews. If you're new here, every month I wrap up everything I consumed, so books, movies, theatre, TV shows, etc. and I talk about it and I let you know whether or not I enjoyed it, how I felt about it. I just review it. So our first category is movies, and I have 3 for this month. First of all, Wicked Part 1. I rewatched this because Wayne hadn't watched it yet, and obviously we wanted to be prepared. And I really enjoyed it. I actually think I enjoyed it more this time. Obviously the bigger screen is better, but first of all we had subtitles on, so you catch lines that you might miss otherwise. And second of all, because I'd already seen it once, I could look for different things and, you know, people had already sort of dissected it, so it was nice to like look at what other people had seen and, you know, see those things as well. But then of course on from that, number 2 is Wicked for Good. I saw this in the cinema and it was wonderful. It was great. I heard a lot of like negative reviews going into it, but I really enjoyed it. I feel like I don't really have much negative to say about it. But then I'm one of the few people who really likes Act 2 of Wicked, and I know a lot of people don't. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And finally, we watched Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Again, we watched this on Netflix. I like to believe that it's like a library where by watching it on Netflix, you don't directly give money to the person who owns it. If I'm wrong, please do correct me, because I would rather not be spending money or giving money towards that person. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I still love the books, I still love the series, the world, and the movie. And I don't think I've seen the first movie or any of the movies in quite a long time, so it was nice to go back and revisit it and see things that I'd forgotten. On to TV shows. We watched Wednesday, season 2. We did actually start this in October, but we finished it in November. And I'm gonna be honest, I was quite lost for a lot of it. I am not good. I've mentioned this before, especially with Marvel and things like that, with remembering characters and multiple plot lines and things like that. And also it's been a while since we saw the first season, and so there was so much about it that I forgot, and they were talking about these characters and these things that had happened and I just had no idea what was going on, but I still enjoyed it. But I do think I preferred season 1. Then, as always, we watched the latest Taskmaster, which was season 20, and I really enjoyed this season. Again, it was a nice group of people, and it was nice to see the way they did their tasks and how it went. The only thing I'm disappointed in is the ending. I won't spoil it, but the winner I wasn't happy about. I was rooting for someone else and it came really close and the other person didn't win, and I'm upset about that. And then finally, a Dutch program that I have spoken about before. It's called Het Perfecte Plaatje, and it's basically a bunch of famous Dutch people doing photography, and they're given different tasks every week, and it's like an elimination kind of thing, competition, and I really like it. We haven't yet finished this season. I think it's like season 16, I could be wrong, but I think there's been 6 episodes already, maybe 7, and I've really enjoyed them. I really like that TV show and I wish it was on more often. And it's interesting because it seems like the kind of show that would be replicated in other countries, but I don't think I've seen it anywhere else. And it's been going for quite a number of years and I really like it. Maybe one day I'll be famous enough to go on there myself. I'd love to do it. I don't think I'd do very well, but I would love to do it. On to books. I've just got 2 and they were mammoth. First of all, The Emperor of All Maladies by Siddhartha Mukherjee. This was an audiobook. It was about 20 hours long and it was basically about the history of cancer and yeah, mainly just the history of cancer, but then also like bringing it into present day and where we're at now. And it was really interesting. It was a lot. I think I tried to read it quicker than I should have, and I feel like I missed things because of that. But I did find it really interesting and I definitely learned a lot. I just think I could have learned even more if I'd been more focused and taken my time with it a bit more. And then the second one was The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas, which is a classic, and I think it's about 1400 pages and it's big. I won't go into too much depth about it on here because I've done a whole reading vlog on it, which will go out at some point, but it was a struggle for me. I think I went in with the wrong expectations of what it would be, and I did carry on and I finished it, but it wasn't quite right for me. The writing wasn't that difficult, like it was much easier than To the Lighthouse, which is another classic that I read a couple of months ago, but it was just, I think, too big for my liking. And also like the plot wasn't really something that I would necessarily, if I knew what it was, I wouldn't have picked it up, but I think I just didn't realise and I don't like not finishing a book, so I pushed through and I finished it and it's fine. That's it for books for this month because, as I say, they were both very big and a bit of a struggle. But I will be talking a lot more about all things bookish to do, well, with the end of the year. So I'll be looking at my Storygraph wrap-up, I'll be tier ranking the books. I don't know yet if I'll split it into fiction and non-fiction, but yeah, I'll be talking a lot more bookish content, so if you're not yet subscribed, keep an eye out for that, subscribe. It's going to be coming up around this time of year. I just don't know exactly when yet. Then onto plays, I've got two. Number one, The Way, which I liked. I did struggle a little bit with, and I was extremely uncomfortable where we were sat, so that definitely detracted from the experience, but I did like it overall. And then Wendy and Peter Pan, where it was kind of the opposite. I was super comfortable, we had amazing seats, and I went with friends, and it was obviously a play that like didn't require too much brain power because I already know the general sort of plot line and the characters and everything. Like I don't need to be introduced to them as much. But I thought it was very good, very beautifully done. The only thing I would say is it was maybe verging a little bit too much on pantomime, but that's really hard, I think, with that story to like balance it. And I think the actors did a great job and I really enjoyed it. It was good fun. Then I didn't see any musicals this month, but I did see a concert. I went to a Dodie concert for the first time in my life. I've been listening to her music for I think over 10 years and I finally got to see her live and it was amazing. We had a very good position. We were on the floor and we were quite close, which was great. I knew all the songs, I was singing along. It was so lovely to be in a crowd. I said this about Gadri as well, but just to be in a crowd who all felt the same way and, you know, knew these songs and sang along and participated. It was just really great. I really enjoyed it. Also a shout out to Aaron, who was the opening act, because we loved him too. Loved his music style, loved his personality on stage. So yeah, definitely I was happy. I had a good time. I did vlog all that, but that's probably not going to come out for a few more months because I'm very behind on my vlogs at the moment. Around this time of year, I always have to put a pause in my like vlog uploads just because there's so much end of year, new year content. So they'll be starting up again sort of in January, but then they're behind, they're delayed. But again, keep an eye out for that because it was great fun. I really enjoyed it. Next, I've just got one food item, and I do think I've mentioned this one before. It's Sour Patch Kids, which are not vegetarian in the UK, but are in Australia, and I still have some, not many, but some left over from Australia. I know I got my parents to bring them over, I think, but I can't remember when. It might have been February. And initially I'd intended for them to very much just be like motivation for running, but obviously now I finished my half marathon quite a while ago, and so I've just been enjoying them as like late night snacks and I love them, they're very good. But I'm very close to running out, so next time I go to Australia I'll definitely have to buy some more. Then onto beauty/fashion, I've got two. Number one is actually more like cosmetic, and it's this paw like lip, what do you call it? Balm kind of thing. Because at the start of November, my lips were very, very dry and I had given my other lip balm that I've used for years to Wayne because he also needed it earlier in the year. But I still have this and I have another one also from a couple of years ago that I haven't opened. That's how rarely I use lip balm. But I decided to open this one because I thought it's easy to carry. And I do like the way it feels. It's definitely like soothing, but I think it's got a slight tint to it and I don't like that. Yeah, it says with a hint of tint. And like that's just... I don't like that. I don't wear makeup, and so when I put this on, I feel like I'm dressing up, even though obviously I'm not, but it's just because I've got dry lips. So didn't love the tint, but do like everything else about this. And then the second thing, I wore this for the first time in November, which I got in February, and it's my London Winter Run hoodie. And I love the colour, I love the feel, it makes me very happy, it's a good size, it's really good quality, and I'm just very pleased with it. Like, I got that for free because I'd fundraised a certain amount, and you would think that like the items they send you for, you know, gifts or rewards shouldn't be such good quality because they wouldn't want to spend that much money on it, but that is good quality. The sweatshirt I have from them is good quality, the tote bag is nice. I'm trying to think, the snood thing is also good, so yeah, very happy with that. And finally, I've got one other, and that's the Wicked Experience in Westfield. They did a free pop-up. It might still be on, probably not. Certainly not by the time you're watching this, well maybe. And so we went before the movie and it was just really nice. It's mostly just like photo opportunities, but we had a great time. Again, I did vlog it, but again, it will be a while. Actually, it might end up being in the same vlog as the Dodie concert. But yeah, had a great time, really enjoyed it. And finally, I always finish my reviews with a song of the month, whether this is something I've listened to a lot or heard a lot or sung a lot. But this one in particular, for this month, I really struggled to think of something. And so I was just going to go with No Good Deed, because that's probably my favourite song from Wicked, full stop. Well, that and As Long As You're Mine, actually. But then I realised I've actually heard Some Nights by Fun a lot. So that's going to be my song of the month. It feels a bit random, it feels a bit rogue, but it is what it is. That's all from me. Let me know what you've enjoyed this month. You might already be in December or the end of December or January, I don't know, but let me know. Or if you've seen or read any of the things I've just spoken about and your thoughts on it. And I'll see you all very soon in another video. Bye!